I just realized my last two videos have been pretty sad about unaliving. But on a brighter note, I made like a little virgin pina colada, and we're gonna discuss this season's Love Island. Now, I'm not gonna explain what Love Island is. If you know, you know. Reality show, dating competition show, racist tweets, bad. Online mob, also bad. Let's chat. Shall we chat? Spoiler though, canceling people has never fixed racism or reality television. Two wrongs do not make a right. And if you're watching this from Texas, affected by the floods, I've been thinking about you. My heart goes out to all of you. And I hope this small little video, I don't know, like just distracts you for a little bit. And we can all kiki about how Amaya needs to win. Obviously, my favorite has been Amaya from the beginning. I actually was the only one who liked Huda at first until she started acting the way she does as a mother. Then I didn't like her so much, but the audience was opposite. The audience hated her and they voted to separate her from her man. And then once she started getting a lot of hate, then the audience switched and like, oh, everyone hates her. Let's like her now. I don't know. I don't know. It was weird.
Mommy?
I'm a mom.
Mamacita.
I'm gonna be so contradicting in this video, but really, imagine if that was your mom. This video is off to such a wrong start. We're against bullying. It's supposed to be about not bullying online. That time of the month is coming. I want to talk about how we shouldn't be bullying people online, especially on Love Island. It has a past of contestants and a host of unaliving themselves. Come on, guys. It's not 2019 anymore. Cancel culture's over, I thought. Ugh, it's so embarrassing. So we're going to discuss all the hate a lot of the contestants have been getting, like Huda. I'm sorry, Huda. She's been getting a lot of hate for like certain hairstyles that she posts on Instagram. I don't know, weird. And she makes a lot of thirst traps of her like lip singing all sexy to certain songs with N words, and she like lip syncs and mouths the N word, and she's getting canceled for that. But we have to use our brain. We know the only reason why she's making these thirst traps, rapping to these songs, and wearing her hair the way she does and dancing like a stripper is because she's trying to get the attention of a certain kind of man, a certain kind of audience. She's looking for a baby daddy. She wants a baby daddy that goes to the strip club. Come on. She's obviously not racist. She's doing it to be cool. She prefers chocolate. And isn't it just punishment enough that she has thirst traps out there online, living there forever as a mother? I need to stop putting people down. I have to remember these people are in their 20s. They're kids themselves. And before I move on to all the other contestants on the show that are getting bullied, I want to talk about there was already a girl that got kicked off the show earlier in the season, Yulisa, for saying the N word on a podcast in the past, apparently. And if I'm not mistaken, she was also singing a song when she said the N word. Don't quote me because I don't know too much about it. But she didn't say it in like a derogatory way, like towards a black person, not like back in the day in the Klan. I think she was like singing a song to be like cool and edgy. I think we're losing sight of what racist means. Also, earlier on the show, there was this young lady. I believe she was only 21. Poor thing. And some might say she perhaps had too much plastic surgery. She has already went home, and the internet has been interneting and bullying her and harassing her, which I'm sure is not a good situation for someone that is already probably having issues with some kind of physical dysmorphia already. Now let's get into the meat and potatoes of this video. Okay, so the last person who has been kicked off the island is Sierra. They said she left for personal reasons, but some tacky old posts have resurfaced. Botox isn't for everyone, but I love it for me. I'm incredibly expressive with my face, and I catch myself frowning for no reason throughout the day when I'm focusing on something or thinking too hard. LOL. I can also be a little when I laugh and smile. So I love getting a mini brow lift to open my eyes and get that snatched look. This is not me encouraging, but more so sharing. I wouldn't have fixed those eyes. I would have fixed that stank face. How does your top lip smell? I need to stop. I'm starting my period. This video is so backwards. I don't think it's that bad. I mean, would I say is it tacky? Yes. I wouldn't say it this modern time, but like back in the 90s and early 2000, my Asian friends, when I would smoke out with them, they always say, "Hey, look, Annette looks chink." So I mean, yeah, maybe in the 90s it wasn't, but I mean that's also weird because like she said it like just last year. I don't know. She said it on 2 occasions, but one was like recent. I mean, we should know the difference between when someone's trying to be like cool and edgy or when someone's really racist. I think instead of saying racist, it should be tacky. It was a tacky thing to say. Well, ever since then, the internet started counting. It wasn't even ever since then. I think those posts resurfaced earlier, but that's when the audience liked Sierra because she was liked until she made the wrong move on the show in their eyes, and now they're canceling her. So much so that her parents had to make a post. As Sierra's parents, this has been one of the most painful weeks of our lives. We've seen the posts, the headlines, the hurt, and the hate. And while Sierra hasn't seen any of it, we have, and so have the people who love her. We are not justifying or ignoring what's surfaced. We understand why people are upset, and we know accountability matters. Until then, we're simply asking for compassion, for patience, for basic human decency, not just for her, but for everyone else caught in the middle of this. Thank you to those who've continued to show love even when it's not easy. With love, her family. I'm gonna film the rest of this with my AC on because I don't think my AC is working right now. So bear with me if you hear any noises. I'm gonna try to get through this.
One day later.
Now that is what I call some foreshadowing. So my AC broke. I am sitting in my apartment. It is 90 degrees. If you hear a lot of fans, deal with it. I am so delirious. I'm stinky. My cats are very hot, but I live in Phoenix like Sierra. Sierra has I just wanted to jump on here. You're not going to see me. It's not going to happen. I want to update you guys cuz Sierra has spoken out. I'll put in a clip a little bit of a clip of a video she made. It's very PR. She keeps saying holding space like it's wicked or something. But I am gonna. She also wrote a post, and I'm gonna read just the first part because I think it's good. I do not and have never condoned racism or the repression of any culture group in any form. I would never intentionally use any word, especially a slur, to tear down any culture or community. So yeah, she finally spoke out. I think she did well. I think the internet's a little over it, but I'm still gonna edit this video.
A lot of people have been waiting for me to speak up about the news that's come to light recently, and now that I've been back in the US for about 48 hours and I've had the chance to process, I now feel like I'm at a space where I can speak about this without being highly emotional because I am not the victim in this situation. While I was in the villa, there were some posts that resurfaced from my past where I was very naively using an incredibly offensive and derogatory term.
But somehow the internet has made a connection between Sierra Ortega and her friend she went to high school and college with, who I also have been worried about their mental health, Brooke Schofield. Brooke also got canceled for some posts that have resurfaced, but in her defense, she was young. She was like 15. And she was smart. Zimmerman was using self-defense.
And as Brett said, there's a lot of this going around lately. The fake outrage surrounding the TikTok star Brooke Schofield is even more nauseating. Here's how The Independent describes her transgression. Quote, earlier this week, a number of past racially insensitive tweets made by Schofield resurfaced after they were published by the popular celebrity gossip account Pop Crave. In a string of posts, Schofield argued that the death of Trayvon Martin, at the hands of George Zimmerman, who was then a member of the Florida Community's Neighborhood Watch, wasn't the result of racial profiling. Guarantee if Zimmerman shot a white guy, this wouldn't even be a story, she tweeted on July 14th, 2013. Newsflash, this wasn't a crime of racism, it was self-defense. She's right about that. There's nothing even to debate there, really. Trayvon Martin tried to beat George Zimmerman's head into the pavement. A witness saw it. A jury acquitted Zimmerman because they agreed that he acted in self-defense. And yes, if Trayvon Martin had been white, Barack Obama would not have given a weepy press conference about how Trayvon Martin could have been his son. There's also another video from Schofield's podcast host, a woman named Tana Mongeau. It's a podcast that's called Canceled, which is fitting, I guess. And on the podcast, probably Tana, I'd say, goes into some detail about how the tweets were horrific, and on and on and on. But apparently Schofield is being let back on the podcast now that she's apologized. Now that she's affirmed the lie that George Zimmerman didn't act in self-defense, she can keep her job. So now that she's affirmed, now that she's signaled that she's dumber now than she was 10 years ago, she's allowed back into the fold a little bit.
Why are you letting a bunch of children bully you? Why are you apologizing to the mob? Never apologize to the mob. I was in my mid-30s when that whole trial was going on. I can explain to some of these kids what really happened. They weren't even alive in 2012. Their brains aren't even developed now. This is an entirely different topic that probably deserves its own video one day. But the irony is that Brooke Schofield is part of a podcast called The Canceled Podcast. That's the name of the podcast, Canceled. And now the poor podcast is coming to an end due to always apologizing to the woke mob. That's why I always think it's so strange when channels pander to children. We really need to stop labeling people racist just because they were trying to be edgy or cool when they were younger. Even Tana, the host of Canceled Podcast, she got canceled a while back. I think that's why she made the podcast called Canceled. Anywho, she got canceled a while back for saying the N-word when she was younger, which at that time, Tana had to go on her own apology tour, which she's still doing to this day, apologizing to the woke mob, which at that time, she should have just stand her ground and said, yeah, I was stupid when I was young. It was a different time. I was trying to be edgy. I was trying to be cool. Wait, I am cool. I'm a kid who lives in Vegas, whose parents don't even care where the hell she's at, who made her own family, who is, guess what? A gay black kid. So if you think I'm racist, then you obviously don't know who I am. You obviously don't me, and you're probably too young to be on my channel. Because that's the issue. The internet's not negative. The young fan base you cater to are the ones canceling you. The moral of the story is never apologize to the woke mob. And coming from a Mexican baptismal is called being dipped. Y'all too damn sensitive. Getting offended over jokes. If you take life too seriously, then life's just sad. And stop being offended over everything. It's cringy. We need to stop letting kids call the shots because they're retarded. Like I said earlier, 3 people have unalived themselves from the franchise due to bullying online. Sophia in 2018, Mike in 2019, and even a host, Caroline, in 2020. They should definitely do a mental health check on their contestants and even their hosts. Ariana Madix, she got hired because she got popular due to being cheated on by a man she was dating for 10 years. She too was on a reality show called Vanderpump Rules for about a decade, and she made it her personality to have insecurities and mental health issues, which she never showed herself work on. She was really boring on the show. Anytime she made a cameo, she was just sloppy drunk at one of the bars. Maybe they should hire a more stable host, or maybe a host that's more in the same age bracket as the contestants. Like back in the days, like MTV Singled Out. Remember when they had Jenny McCarthy or Cameron Electra and they were the same age as the contestants? So it wasn't creepy. It wasn't 20 years their senior. Like that one creepy guy who does the Temptation Island. He's an old Ariana Madix. She's almost as old as me. I think she's already in her 40s. Some contestants didn't even say any racial slur. They're just getting canceled for their beliefs. Apparently, the contestant Austin is a Trump supporter. But due to the mainstream media and in modern time, it's socially acceptable to hate the president. Austin even tried to make a video debunking that he's a racist, saying that he has a tattoo of a black lady, and people are not buying it.
I'm gonna give this attention only one time because this is like crazy. But are you fucking dumb? Like honestly, are you dumb? Like do you not think? I have a black woman tatted on my side. Use your head.
People make the argument that's like saying I have black friends. I don't think we know what racist means. I think in modern time, we're using the word racist wrong. What racist truly means is you hate a group of people. You hate them with a passion. You're not going to have a tattoo of them. You're not going to be friends with them. So when someone says they are not racist because they have black friends, that should suffice if you know the meaning of racist. We can't throw that word around like it means nothing.
Look at the world, like the non-racist is kind of like the minority, to be honest. It's like a really sad reality.
The only ones bullying and canceling these people are 15-year-olds or middle-aged frumpy grifters are playing it up to the woke mob, doing their virtue signaling circle jerk.
To be honest.
You can't fight hate with hate. No one killed anyone. None of these people deserve this kind of hate or bullying online. I truly believe none of these contestants are racist. I think they're just trying to be cool and edgy because they're young kids. And yes, it comes off tacky and cringy. I mean, how else do you think it comes off when you're taking a thirst trap singing to the N-word? But I truly believe that no contestants on the show hates a group of people. I mean, I can't say that for the host of the show.
Rachel despises you.
Thank you. That's like saying a Trump supporter despises me. That is a compliment, and I appreciate that. Thank you.
God, these people are offended by everything and ashamed of nothing. And if you're one of the people doing the bullying in the comments, I hope your past is clean. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. We're really close to the finale in a few days. I hope I have this out in time. I hope Amaya wins. She's so down to earth. She has the sweetest heart. I think we're all hoping for the same thing. But if you like this one, give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not already, and I'll see you in the next one. Boy, 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 boy.
Ladies and gentlemen.